The glittery guitars kick off Grandson's third album with Bury You. Wow, Grandson really puts out a lot of standalone singles. So what does this third full-length LP from Grandson accomplish, and how does it affect his place in my ranking system here on the channel? Find out in this review after liking and subscribing, of course. Grandson actually gets kind of screwed over in my ranking system because of the single thing. I rank artists based on how many tracks off of their full-length albums that I like, and all my favorite Grandson songs are standalone singles like The Rip Tide, I've Been Letting This Slide, and I caught Grandson on the supporting act for Linkin Park on their From Zero tour, and I was blown away at how heavy his set was. He really gave Linkin Park a run for their money, which is tough to do, almost upstaging them during parts of his set, and I think maybe he held back a little bit, like Emily sometimes holds back her screams in honor of Chester Bennington. An autonomous delivery robot, there's a video for that out now, certainly seems to keep to that heavy side of Grandson, with blistering, heavy, down-tuned guitars crunching away as Grandson barks lyrics about social ills of the modern kind. Grandson is mad at a self-driving vehicle. He's mad at privacy breaches, and he's mad that the world ended at some point in 2025. I think it happened last week. I love the rapid-fire delivery of the words later in this track, and it's a pretty strong, fully loaded rock song, and we're jumping ahead a little bit. I'm so glad this album does not have interludes or intros. God! Brain Rot is one of the singles that we got pre-Inertia, and it's a little bit derivative of most rock rap songs or rock rap hybrids that you've heard, but it does have some pretty intense lyrics, like this entire record. Like, this phone is just a mirror and I'm a reflection. That's pretty deep. So while this one does seem over the top with its distressed, dramatic flair, it does feel like that those feelings are coming from a real place from Grandson. And if you're not digging Grandson's protest vibes this early, that he's been shouting from the rooftops and stages waiting for Linkin Park, you're going to have a bad time with this record. But despite its hopeless message, the hope lies in the explosive expression of the backing band that's supporting Grandson on this record, and bodes well with the words that he is preaching. And yes, Inertia is preachy all the way through. And Self-Immolation pretty much follows the same concept as Brain Rot, but to stronger results. It's a better song. And Inertia is a pessimistic album at heart. And while that's not a bad thing by any means, I certainly don't want a la la la, I love life and everything is perfect. I don't want any entertainment like that. That's not entertaining. But this album is biting, bitter, angry, disenfranchised, sad, depressed, medicated, overexposed to the media, and it's just bombarding you with that. Maybe that's the point. Grandson on this record, he really does need more dopamine, more dopamine, more dopamine. Aren't we all grandsons? The album is contrast greatly with the Cadbury egg ads that I got as I hacked the mainframe to hear this album early on YouTube. And that makes me reflect on how we and Cadbury rabbits, we all die. And this bouncy guitar chug-a-chug liquids into my ear hole, and this is on the song You Made Me This Way. Even if the lyrical content is edgy as ever, musically, You Made Me This Way is more fun. It's a rock song with multiple parts and several ideas that land pretty well where they were supposed to. It's not Green Day's Jesus of Suburbia, but it does bring that song to mind, and that's always nice. That's very nice of you, grandson. Grandson, Green Day, the 7 Degrees of Chuck Norris. Contradictions, that's a Green Day reference, I guess. Contradictions meets King Babies with what? Contradictions meet King Babies with rights to choose, at odds with insanity and sanity alike. There's a lot to chew on in the scenery of this song. I really like this one. Like Bob the Goon, I really like this one. Little White Lies is a rant about politicians and inaccuracies about how Jesus or Joshua looked. I like how grandson has shifted gears from the rock side of his rap pop rock sound, but across the body of Inertia, it feels like an album where he's finding his rock footing rather than producing something inherently in that genre. It's not a weak rock album. It's just not quite a rock album, if that makes sense. If it's blurring the genres a little bit, the blurring the genre lines a little bit, that's cool. I just wish the delivery was more pronounced. It's one foot in the grave and the other in a rage-filled wasteland. And God is an animal does not land for me at all. In this, Inertia built out a fiery rage and passion for good causes. The angry diatribes, just on this one, God is an animal, it just feels out of whack. The song is sluggish. Its pace is more of an interlude flow than a fully thought out song. It does have some epic rock tracks running concurrently in the background, but that's what it is. It's background music. And as we get to Bells of War, we are 80% done with this album, and every single song is about political injustices, corruptions of power, war, killing people, deathing people, and mistreatment of mankind. Its delivery is competent enough. I would like some personal stuff, right? I want you rubbing your worry rock into dust. I want it being just another day in the life. I want to say hey to Jude, right? I want personal stuff. I want my girlfriend to break up with me. I want my girlfriend to die. I want to have to schedule a surgery that I'm going to have in 3 months from now. Stuff like that. I want work to kill me. I want fruit flies that just won't die. Remember when Green Day asked if you knew the enemy 1,039 smooth times back in the 2000s, 2009s? Of course you do. You remember 2009. Well, now Grandson has a song doing the same thing called Who's the Enemy? And he wants to go out and find Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey and just fight them. And let me tell you, man, those octogenarians, I have some Who CDs. I got some Who CDs. Oh, it's too tight. It is too tight for me to pull Roger and Pete Townsend out of my CD collection. But let me tell you, those octogenarians, they know how to throw a punch, especially Roger Daltrey. And I'm sorry, this is unforgivably cringe. Unforgivable. TikTok and taxes, radicalization, the hustle, the systems that are burning the wrong or right side of history, the pain, the misery, the flag flying, they all cause Grandson to know your enemy. Know your enemy. Do you know the enemy? Do you know the enemy? The last track, the 10th political rant about, I guess, modern day America and Canada. Pull the trigger as Grandson teleports into his next era after this. What can we get from a fourth Grandson record? This is a dark, distressing end to a distressing, dark record. And sometimes it works. Inertia by Grandson is a record that is distractingly split into side A and side B. And side A stands as a flaming statue of rock and roll and rap rock. While side B is still angry and volatile, if a little bit forgettable at times. Brain rot, self-immolation, and You Made Me This Way are the standouts in a row of 10 songs that can sometimes come across as samey or a little too bitter. And Inertia, that's a very unusual word to say out loud. Inertia is not a bad album, but it's not an album of the year either. For me, Inertia slides Grandson from my 320th favorite artist to my 238th artist, despite its weaknesses, because of his status as a single slinger instead of an album-minded augmenter. So that gave him a foot up here. It's a 1 out of 5.